So I'm going to create a video about pomelos and my experience with it. Pomelos is a large fruit that we grow. It's a citrus that my dad grew for us. I think he put 10 trees that he earlier, five from one variety and five from another. The last 3 or 4 years, actually, we had pomelo since almost like the second year, just different quantity of it. And air layering, allows you to get the tree fruiting a lot faster. I think within the first year we already had some fruits, but you typically want to pick it off to give the all the growth, all the energy back to the tree so they can produce the roots and the branches. In any case, we had pomelos, and I haven't been really interested in pomelos up until maybe 2, 3 years ago, and until Kenny really liked it. We discovered that our little boy loves pomelos. So, and never really paid attention to it. I think we've already had it at my parents' place, and she would cut it for us because it's just something that traditionally we would eat as a fruit, right? It's I think in Southeast Asian culture, you celebrate it by almost gifting pomelos as a New Year's gift. In any case, we have a bunch of it. We grow it, and this year it's interesting because I started thinking about parents being old and say, hey, why don't I create videos and of my mom doing stuff for us? And one of the things that I was doing while I was cutting a pomelo up was saying, hey, I remember my mom teaching me how to do this, and I thought, well, with anything I'm doing, I'm trying to always look for something like a better way. Maybe there's a better way to do this while I'm doing it. So I went on YouTube to look for some videos to the tutorials and to show us how to do things a little better. Uh, I thought, hey, I can videotape my mom and then try to compare it with what the YouTube guys are doing, and also, videotape myself doing it and see what I've learned and maybe get some suggestions how to do things even better. And that's what I'm hoping to do. I just want to one, show that hey, we learn things from our parents, and if my son ever wants to see it, they can actually look at it and or he can look at it and learn something. So I'm gonna go do a search for YouTube real fast on pomelos. Right? Okay, that's my last search. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause this one. Let's see here, pomelos. Oh, peeling, peeling pomelos. Let me do a better search. Pomelos. Fruit. That's probably enough. Okay, I'm gonna scroll through real fast. There's quite a few search here. Results. This looks interesting. I like the wedges, the way they do it. Easy way to peel pomelo. Yeah, I'm looking for the hard way. No, sorry for the sarcasm. But okay, different ways to peel it. Looks like this guy's similar methods. This is pretty cool. Easy way to peel. There's a lot. I don't think I would do that. Cutting it, I guess an expert view, which is to cut it like wedges. I guess in like a chef's kitchen, you usually just cut it like wedges. I would never do it this way. I'm not quite sure what they're thinking, but we can always look at it. But this is what you end up with. You should try to end up like that with wedges. Okay, cutting it like that. Nope, that's not how I was taught. I wouldn't do it because it's gonna get juice everywhere. I always like local street food, right? I always like the street guys doing it because they do it every day, all day, so they should know what they're doing. Okay, whoa, this is a big one. This is huge. And again, another street. It looked like another street food, and he looks like he doing it right. But his is red. That's interesting. I don't know what this guy's doing, but cutting it like that, nope. Okay, so there's tons of how to deal with pomelos. I'm gonna look at the first one, talk about this one really fast. Easy way to peel. It looks like he know what he's doing. Gotta go through this one. Okay, so you get pomelo. I'm gonna go speed it through. So he's cut it. Okay, get a knife. You need a knife. Cut the edge. I think the knife needs to be a little sharper. Okay, and yeah, cut. Okay, so he doesn't cut the back side like what I've learned to do, just the front side. All right, and oh, that's a pretty cool technique. He uses his hand. See how he pushes it out? One of the things I learned is if you don't cut the back, the bottom side right, you bend it, you tend to get oil on your hand, and when you get oil because of the bending, the citrus peel kind of bends, and it bends too much and it'll release its oil packets, right? You're gonna get your hand covered with this citrus oil, and it's bitter. If you touch the fruit with it, like what you're doing, see how he's peeling it out? Yeah, I wouldn't use this method either to peel out like that. It just takes time, right? Now you're looking to, I guess, okay, peeling it wedges like that, and he's just eating it. It looks like he's eating it. I don't know if he's gonna wedge it out. Okay, that is definitely not what we're looking for. We're not looking to make little tiny pieces for salad or anything. Okay, I don't suggest you look at this guy. I mean, it's one way to cut it open. Let's see this one. I've seen this one before, I think, where God, if it's an expert doing this, then they're pretty much clueless. Yeah, he must like doinking around with his knife, cutting it like that. Now, if you like playing around with the knives, go for it. I wouldn't do it. Let me see here. Oh, I'm looking back. Sun-kissed pomelo, how to peel. Well, that's okay. Let's see here. Let's see, street vendor. Where's that street vendor? I thought I saw it over here. Where'd it go? No, I'm gonna go back one more. Just go with the street vendor view. Okay. This is cool, but oh, the lady right here. Let's see how she's doing it. This one. All right, start with pomelos. Plate, set it up. Cut like that. Okay, what is she doing? I guess she's peeling the peels. I wouldn't do it that way. It takes a little more effort. Nothing's in the world peeling like that. So she's using a knife to actually just kind of pick through it. And she makes it really nice to pack it here. You can see how she's doing it, right? Each one of them, wedging, pulling, and cleaning it out, and just using a knife to pick it. Okay, and then she packed it up. I think she even puts a salt packet there to basically let people eat, right? So the end of the product, it's actually looked really nice. If I remember right, if I remember seeing this, yeah. All right, yeah, there you go, salt packet, and you eat it with like, that's the salt with like pepper that they kind of mush together, and she'll probably saran wrap it and sell it, which is cool. This is good. There's one way to do it. I wouldn't peel the pomelo. I would do it like the first guy that I showed. So that is the method that I've seen here, right? You can spend some more time looking at it, but those are the two methods you basically cut. The one that I do is a little different. Even my mom, because I've learned that, hey, when you peel it, you don't want the oil to be on your hand, and that's just that. You can always wipe it off. Not a big deal. So mute. All right. So I was asking you to show me how to peel, pomelo. This is a pomelo that we picked a couple weeks and we let it sit. See, it's a little drier. See, so she cuts off the tip first, and then she cuts a little wedges. So see, she actually wedges a lot. She does like 12 of these things, I think. Definitely a lot of wedges. Like each little section, she put 3. I tend to just do 1. So I'm going to go ahead and do here. So I'm just going to speed through this a little bit. So she's cutting it, and she's going to start to peel it off right there. Okay. And I don't remember seeing her hand getting, maybe it's because it's small, I don't see her hand getting oily. But she definitely doesn't wipe it, right? Once she gets it out like that, she just peels it out like a little ball. And then she ends up cutting it because, one, she was telling me that, I remember her telling me that her thumb doesn't have enough energy because this is pretty tight. It's not as, because it's not as ripe. It's pretty tight, and ours had tons of seeds. So what she do is, I think you missed it because I fast forwarded too much, but she'll see it, and I'll leave the whole video to show. But she basically telling us, hey, you just use a knife to kind of go through and flick it out, and see how she's using the knife. She's just to peel things out, peel the I guess the outer layer for each of the wedge. So I asked her, hey, can you show the whole thing? And she's doing it right now. So yeah, she just grabs it and peel it from the back. Use the knife to just kind of like work it, and then grab one out, and that's one wedge, right? You don't want to eat the pit because it's kind of it's a little bitter. I don't think it's that bad. but you just get rid of the seed because you can't eat that anyway, and that's one wedge. So she does that through the whole thing, and then you can see, I keep on skipping through the part that she used a knife. Her knife skill is really good. I'm going to go back just to show you that one. She just cut like that, and she just whips it back, and now you have all the stuff that, the guy was using his hand carefully trying to move in the first video, the one that's posted on YouTube, and she cuts that, and then she basically uses that to peel off the white layer in between. Cut the thing out, grab it out, get rid of the seed, and then see how she packs the thing here. It's really cool. And then I was asking her about how traditionally you would eat like these things. And ours is a little yellow because it's been kept out in trees. We picked and kind of kept in the shell for a while. What I've observed is, my parents when she would pick it, she would just store it in the house, and it actually smells really good. It gives off a nice citrus smell. Anyway, aroma. She can keep it there for months, and from what I recall, she'll keep it there from like late October all the way to Chinese New Year, which is typically first week of February. So you can save the thing, and this pomelo is still edible. It'll look like it wrinkles a little bit, but not much. And then I think in one other video I showed one that we had for like a month, and it lost maybe 4 ounces of weight. Because mine, I actually weigh it just to see how much you actually get, right, from each time you look at it and see. Because I was trying to figure out, is it worth it, right, to grow your own? Is it, because water isn't free, and time and stuff like that. So is it worth it? I think over the years, we probably each season get about maybe 100, about 100 large ones. When I say large, they're probably about over 3 pounds. The smaller ones, under a pound or a pound, we probably get maybe about another 100 of it, and maybe about 100 or maybe 150 of the medium-sized one between a pound and 2 pounds. We get a lot of those. So overall, you get like a couple hundred fruits. So these are heavy fruits. I mean, and then what I've found out so far with the measurements I've been doing, and I'll show you in the video that I do. So, and the reason why I'm doing these videos is, one, so I can capture and kind of, memorialize, for lack of a better word, what my mom teaches us, or just the older generation. I think I had my aunt recorded her method too. I had my brother's mom, my brother's mother-in-law. She came over and she was interested in pomelo, and she'd say, "Hey, why don't you show us how to do it?" I was hoping to get my wife's mom to do the same thing. So they all do it a little differently, and even I try to take all the lessons I learned and apply it. And I've been, I guess, doing this for the last month or so, and I've created some videos of me doing it and attempting to try to do and practice what they just taught. And like I said, they've probably been doing this for 30, 40 years. I guess probably half a dozen time or a dozen time each year, because they would eat that many fruits. I don't know, but over the years we've been eating a lot, especially when you grow your own, right? Because you have a lot of pomelos, and the thing is, like, it lasts for like quarter of the year, so you do tend to enjoy this for a long time. But this is it, right? You get wedges of it, you get tons of peel, and you get tons of this stuff that you don't eat, right? So it goes in the compost pile. Anyway, that's my mom teaching us how to do it. I think my aunt later on, I'm not sure if she has it in here, different method. I think my aunt only does like 4 wedges. Yeah, I don't have it in here. It's probably another video. But I have, I should have made it bigger this whole time. I was doing a small view. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pause this, and I'm going to look for a video of me doing it. And let me see if I can find it. I see all these different videos of pomelos. I think it's in my video, this camera, so we used it on this one because we wanted to test out, okay, this is the video. We wanted to test out the camera quality, and I weigh mine just to see, right? I think this one came in at around, I don't know, I'll be able to read it in a couple seconds. This is me attempting the different YouTube methods and combining it with my mom's method, my aunt's method, my mother-in-law's method. So this is 25.36 ounce, the whole thing. So it's a little, what is it? 16 ounces a pound, It's a little over a pound and a half, a pound 9 ounces. So I cut the end. See, I cut both end, right? And usually I start with a pretty sharp knife. One, I hate dull knives, right? I think it's a danger, so I cut that. And I cut four. I only cut like quarters. And the reason why I cut it through in this end is because I was explaining that, see these little nodules? They contain oil, citrus oil. And if you get that in your hand while you're peeling it or handling this, you will. It's a pretty bitter flavor when you get it on your fruit, on the part you eat. So see how it comes out dry? That's what you're looking for. And if you didn't cut it, you would have to bend it further. And if you didn't do that guy's method, which is to use the inside and kind of push it down with his tip of his finger, you're gonna get your hands all pretty oily. And I have a video on me making a mistake, and it was all oily, so you have to wipe it. Not a huge deal. You just wipe it, but it's just easier just to cut 2 times and just push it out. So this fruit right here now looks like this, right? I'm gonna get it a little further. So it looks like this, and I usually you put my thumb in the hole and push it together. So this is slight seeds, but there's some seeds. So I do what Mom taught me, but the knife I'm using is not great. It's a little sharp. I'm a little hesitant to use it, the little tiny one, just to like peel it off. Like I was just explaining to her what Mom do. It's like she'll just cut it and then she'll just use a knife to kind of like work its way down. But now I'm just using my fingernail and my thumb just to like wedge it loose instead of using the knife, because one, the knife that I had is probably a little sharp. I mean, I don't know if you want to flip back and forth between a dull or a butter knife or whatever to get it, but this is me. And this is a pretty small one. The one my mom has is a little larger, not much. This is, like I said, a pound and a half, right? So that's how you do one wedge, and you just continue going down the same thing, right? 2, 3, 4. You keep on going down, and I'm gonna try to get to the point where I can measure it, how much it actually weigh. Is this the second fruit? No, this is just the first one. All right, so okay, I'm gonna get the scale out here. I'm gonna try to get a measurement of what this one weigh. I think it's 10. Okay, 11.2, right? So I have to subtract 11.2 from the total weight of that guy. All right. If there's a better way to use a scale, let me know, because I'm just learning. All right, so that's 22.78. So 11.2. So it comes down to be about 11 ounces, right? And that was a pound and 9. So it's actually a little more than half. Comes out to be about 10 something ounces. Okay, not too bad. Hold on. 25, 10, 25. No, it's actually less than half. My bad. Yeah, this is less than half, so it's like less than 50%. Anyway, I am going ahead and measure the second one, which is a little bigger. Let's see how much this one weigh. So I cut 3 of them, I think, at that day. Okay, so this is 35. So this is 2 pounds, almost 4 ounces. Right, 36 would have been 4 ounces. So this is a little bit. This has been on. We picked it for a while. You can see that it's not as and I can show you. I'll show you later. It was drier. You would expect, because the peel and the rind dried away, that there's more fruit to the weight ratio. Because if you were to weigh this when it's freshly picked, it would have probably been closer to 40, right? Almost 3.5 pounds. See how when you're holding it, it's kind of denty a little bit. That means that it's been sitting there for a while, and I believe this one's been sitting for at least a month, and it's still perfectly edible. There's no issues, and I'll show you what happened here. So you can see I got the first one right, and at one point I'm gonna actually make a mistake and peel it wrong, and you'll see my hand get all oily. There you go. See, that is citrus oil that you don't want to touch your fruit. You want to wipe it down. And I just continue going because my hands are oily. I just didn't think that if it continue to peel wrong, it'll just continue to get oil on the outside. No big deal. And I'll wipe it down. And I love it when there's actually a hole and it splits in the middle for you. I mean, the backside for you, like this one is. You can just flip it over and use your thumb and just peel it apart. So anyway, and that's like, and this again, this is a 35 ounce fruit, right? And let's see how much we get. So I'm gonna go ahead and I just wipe my hand there. I'm just gonna go. Okay, see what I'm doing? Cutting. Actually, let me go back just to show you how to peel it. See, yeah, peeling it. and then now it comes like that. So this is actually not too bad in the moment of food. But this, because it's big, see how much more I just use it to score a little bit, and then I'll split it. You lightly score it, right? And I split it again, and that way it's a quarter. It's just easy to deal with. If you need to cut, if you use the knife to cut the middle spline out, you can do it pretty easily. So I just use it to use my hand. But you saw my mom earlier; she would use the knife to just to kind of flick it out, and then that is the whole wedge of the fruit. You know, that's one, and then you do the whole thing like that. So this is what I'm talking about, using the knife just to cut through it, right? Because you cut through the seeds too. And that's where it's kind of dangerous, right? You cut it through half the seed, and you kind of peel it back off like that, and you're just going in and removing the layer. I got to know what the technical name is, but since I haven't figured it out, I'll just say the skin between the wedges. You just use your hand like that, and you peel it out. And things people do with it. Let me see here. Is it time yet? Let me see here. I need to. Okay. So this is continue going, cutting. Oops. Okay, almost starting my other meeting. Gotta get ready to start that one. Anyway, so that's how you peel the bigger ones, right? And it's the same way. I mean, I think I showed in other videos how to peel small ones. But I'll continue showing. I'm not quite sure how much is actually recorded, so I'm gonna go make it a little smaller so you can actually see it better. So we were testing this camera out so that we could determine, what's the best way to, you know, the quality of this new phone that my wife got. Yeah, anyway, the video camera is really good. The camera is really good. I was just testing it for low light, so I can see, because it's inside, but we're just using light, no flash. And then it does take a lot of space, though, that's for sure, because it's definitely taking it in 4K. And different wedges. So I think I was going to try to measure this. I think I came with a measurement of almost 20 ounces. That was what we had here. So that one weighed 31.7, right? And you remember the plate weighs 11.2, so that came out to be 20.5 ounces. So it's a pound and a quarter worth of fruit for the 30. I think I'm doing another one, a smaller one. Can't remember. Okay, let's see. This is a smaller one, so I'm not going to bore you with it. This is less than a pound. So I expected about maybe 9 ounces of, or less than 9 ounce of fruit. So just gonna go through it real fast just to see if that still holds true. All right, so I use a smaller plate, so it's 8.5 as a dry weight for that. And let's see what this one has. So I think I teared it again just to see it. 0 again. I don't know what I'm doing there. I'm trying to get a measurement of what the thing weighs. So it's 8.05 is the fruit. So 15 ounces down to 8 point something. So it's like half, right? So if you buy the thing for $10, I mean, $5 for per fruit, you're really paying. Well, I think I heard $5 a pound, which is really expensive. I wouldn't want to spend $15 for one of these fruits. That's probably not worth it. I just won't eat it. But and I was just showing here the dryness and what a fresh one looked like and what a dry one looked like. See, that's one of the bigger ones that we peeled that was dry compared to the wet one. That's the one we just picked right away. Anyway, that. Huh? Really? 4 pounds? Yeah. I need to ask the doctor if it'd be nice, Mom. I just watched the video and it said, okay. All right. No, thanks, Mom. Bye. All right, so my mom called me because she came over and picked some larger ones she wanted to bring to the doctors. Her doctor and watches over, take care of them. And she said, yeah, the at least I gave her the one of the bigger one. I mean, the other ones were pretty big. I have a picture. I think she picked six of them for them, and I found one that was really big, and I gave it to my mom and said, "You take this one, okay?" And she's calling me back right now, and she said, "It's 4 pounds." I gave it to I think my son and his cousin, and they ate it. I mean, they went through it, and within an hour they were done. It's amazing. I'm just it's good fruit. So hopefully we learned something from here. I was trying to make this video to one kind of document what my mom and the older generations can teach us and things like that. I mean, I wish if I had more time, I'd make more videos because there's so many things they can teach us or teach me. But then at the same time, I'm hoping that anybody who sees this and can comment on it, and as a community, we can learn and do something better. I mean, you saw me saying, "Hey, how do I do this?" Right? I've already know some of the basics because my mom showed me before. I just wanted to see if there's better ways to do it, so I did the Google search. I mean, the YouTube search, and there's different ways to do it. Obviously, different experience, different culture, different ways to deal with it. But I definitely, when it comes to fruit, I would default to like the street vendors technique. I don't know about peeling it, but combine the two, make whatever one makes sense for you, right? You would do, but definitely take the opportunity to learn. Appreciate other ways of doing things. That's what I'm trying to do. I know, I can be pretty blunt about certain ways and say, I don't want to do it, but then you learn something. You learn what not to do, for lack of a better word. In any case, hope you guys appreciate it. If you like it and we see enough interest, I'll spend more time doing it. Because I think it's a great way. I'll still create content for myself, just so that I can document what my mom teaches me and stuff like that. Because we're getting pretty old, and she's pretty senior too. So it'll just be nice to be able to just watch those videos and appreciate what she has to offer us.